Hi guys, it's December the 31st, so what does that mean? Well, apart from the start, about to be the start of a new year, it also means it's time for the last favourites of the year, so it's December favourites. I've got quite a lot to get through, so we'll crack on and get started. Quite a few makeup products this month, so we'll start with those. We'll start off with eye products, and I have to say there's two things which I've mentioned before. First up, Benefit Creaseless Cream Shadows, and this one is in Skinny Jeans. It's a lovely sort of greyish pewtery colour, which I've really worn a lot this month. This has pretty much been one of my staple makeup looks for the month. I've been a bit boring and stuck to the same thing, which isn't. It is like me, but I normally, if I'm doing that, I'm sticking to a neutral, and this isn't really a neutral. So I've been using this as the base. I'll do a little swatch for you. I'm wearing it now, but there, you can just see that there. I really love these Benefit Creaseless creams. I've got a few of them, and I really love them now. I'm led to believe there's about 13, 14 colours in the UK, and I've got about 4 or 5. So I definitely want some more of these Benefit Skinny Jeans. Now, I've been basically using that as a base. And on top, we've gone from one extreme to the other. I think the Benefit ones are about £14. And these are the grand total of £1. It's the MUA Makeup Academy brand. It's Superdrug. I've talked about this before. And I've actually been quite impressed with some of the things I've got. Lip products, not so much. They're not brilliant, but some of the eye and cheek products I've tried have been really good. And this is one of my favourite eyeshadows, and this is shade number 3. It's the Pearl formula. I'll swipe it next to Skinny Jeans. That's it there. See that. So what I've been doing is using the Benefit Skinny Jeans as a base, and then just padding a little bit over this over the top of it to just increase the sparkle. I mean, as you can see, that's really pigmented. Really soft and creamy, lovely velvety textured eyeshadow. The mattes in the range aren't quite as good, but this is definitely one of my discoveries of the year so far. There's not much of it left. Discoveries of the year. Yeah, if people can charge £1 for decent quality things, it sometimes makes me wonder what we're paying for. Anyway, so those were the two eye products. Next up, cheek products. I'll start off with something which is not so much a cheek product. I've been using it as an all over face product, and it is from the MAC Venomous Villains collection, and it is the Truth and Light Magically Cool Liquid Powder. Dr. Facilier, I think his name was, from The Princess and the Frog. I've never seen it, and I know he put a lot of people off because nobody had heard of him. But as you know, I loved Venomous Villains, and this is something which I've used quite a bit this month. I got it and I thought, not really that interested. And then over the last, I think, 4 or 5 weeks, I've used this a lot more, and I really like it. Right, first thing you've got to remember, this is not going to give you much shimmer, which is what I originally thought. I thought was a highlight. It's what it looks like. I'll put some on my hand so you can see. What is amazing is the feel of this. I mean, there you go, you can see it's swatched there, hopefully. Let me show up a bit better on my finger. But what is amazing about this, I've actually been using it as a setting powder for over the Christmas period when I've needed a bit of glow, etc. I mean, I'm not talking out and out shimmer, I'm talking just a general healthier look. This has been amazing, and the texture, oh my god, it's so strange. It's, when you put it on, it almost feels wet, and it's obviously not, but it just gives such a pretty glow. Not an out and out shimmer, out and out highlight, but I just think it's really pretty. And I'm taking the label off because I've messed it up now. But it's amazing. So I've basically been using this just on my cheekbones or forehead, just to give a bit of glow where I think I've needed it. And I know a few people have actually used it as an all over face powder. Unfortunately, this isn't available. You might find it in a few CCOs, but I think these were quite popular. However, I've had a look at Spectra, and I'm led to believe MAC are actually introducing more of these Magically Cool liquid powders next year. So that is something to look out if you missed out this time. And I'm also led to believe Sleek, a drugstore brand, do a face powder, which is a setting powder, which is supposedly very similar and has similar texture. So I'm definitely going to give that a look when I finish this. But I really like that, and as I say, it's sat ignored for a bit, but I really like it. Next up, another cheek product in another limited edition. I'm sorry to say, but it has been ignored a bit. I tend to buy limited editions, use them for like a week because it's all new and then kind of move on. And this one was one I got and I thought, oh, very pretty. Used it a couple of times and then stuck it to the back of the drawer, as you do. And because I've got lack of colour, I normally go towards pinks in the winter. I go away from like the peaches and the corals and move back towards a pale pink cheek. And I found this in the drawer and I thought, oh, I'll give this a go. And it is this, which I can't see very well, so I'll open it up. And it is the MAC Beauty Powder Blush in Blush of Youth, shaped like a rose, and it was from Rose Romance, which is a limited edition collection. And it's not that pigmented, but as you can see on my wrist there, it gives a nice sort of pinky colour. Just a light colour to the cheeks when you don't want to overdo it. I mean, to be fair, my skin's prone to redness in the winter anyway, so you don't want to overdo it and make it too red. So this has just been a really nice hint of colour, and it's really pretty as well. And I think they did something called Summer Rose with Liberty of London, which was quite similar. Again, you might find this in CCOs, but they'll usually release things that are pretty similar. Next up, another blush. Again, something I bought, used a couple of times, and kind of fell to the back of the drawer, moved on to something else. This is a habit I'm definitely going to try to get out of. I'm going to be trying more shopping your stash type things, which I think is definitely more beneficial than keep buying new things. And it is from the Topshop range. I thought the packaging was really sweet. White with sort of grey black polka dots on. This launched earlier this year, and I bought a few of these. I think I've got nutmeg and butterscotch. They're sort of more bronzy tones, more summery tones. And to be honest, this is quite a summery tone as well, and I don't know what made me pull it out, but I did. And it is the Topshop cream blush in Flush. These are cream to powder blushes, so you actually get a really nice effect with them. Get a little mirror in the lid, that's the colour. It looks quite scary there, it looks actually a really bright pinky coral, and it is, I'm not saying it's not. Let's see if I can find a clean finger. Stick my finger there. That's what it looks like when you initially swipe it. And because it's a cream to powder, it blends down quite nicely, and as you can see, it just leaves a sort of pale pinky coral tint. And because these are cream to powder, they're slightly better on oily skin like mine. But I've really enjoyed using this, and I've actually even got it on my lips today. Just dot a bit over my lips, blend it in, and top with a gloss, which is what I've been doing. I've mainly been wearing three lip things. Elf Luscious Liquid Lips and Baby Lips, which I finished, project £10 item, one down. So I wore that for a lot of the month because obviously I was trying to finish that. So when I finished that, I just tried different things, bits of cream blush on my lips under lip gloss and things. And a combo that I'm wearing now, as I say, is one that I've really liked this month, and it is this with this on the top. And I've mentioned this before. It is the Cherry Blossom Lipglass from MAC. Came out with Cult of Cherry. I'll just show what that looks like. Swipe of that, and then swipe of that on its own just to show what that says. And then you swipe that over the top, and I just think you're getting a really lovely sort of pinky coral colour. And I really like that combo this month. So if you've got a cream blush, put it on your lips, see what it does. I've actually been, if you follow my blog, you also knew I've reviewed some eyeshadows recently, and one of them was bright pink, and I actually found that way better as a lip colour and a cheek colour than a eyeshadow. So I mean, be versatile, have a look at your products, think what else could I use that for, and you'd be surprised what you'll come up with. But that is a really nice sort of all-rounder, and I think it'll look really nice in the summer as well. So I'm really pleased I got that, and that is still available. That wasn't limited edition. Next up, a brush. And I have to say, I'm late to this. Not to the brush itself, I already had the brush, but I'd never used it for foundation before. I used it generally as a blush or as a cheek highlight brush, but I never actually used it as a foundation brush. But I saw a few videos, mainly Cami loves Kiwi, who I absolutely love. Subscribe if you haven't already, she's brilliant. Details below. And I noticed she was using it as a foundation brush, and I thought, she's not alone in that. Lots of YouTubers have used it and bloggers use it as a foundation brush, so I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. So I did, and I have to say it's amazing. It's, apologies, it's dirty, flat top, looks much more expensive than what it is. You've got to excuse me because I've got F written on that for foundation. I'm still using the other one for powder, so I've got two now. And it is the e.l.f. Studio powder brush. Mine's filthy, so do apologise, but it cleans well, it's synthetic, it covers an awful lot in the one go, it doesn't shed. I've been using, up until now I've been using a Ruby and Millie Duo fibre brush, which it's done the job, but it sheds like pig. You always have to pick bits of hair off your face, but not with this. So I mean, for £3.50 you cannot go wrong with this brush. It is fabulous. Powder, or as I say, foundation, you get right into the nooks and crannies with the bristles, lovely and soft, washes really well as well. Love that brush. Next up, something kind of makeup related. Again, something I've used for a while, but because I've been wearing a darker eye look, and I've been testing out probably the most runny mascara known to humanity, Collection 2000 Big Fake False Lash. Lovely, pretty decent mascara, but it runs and it drips like a bugger. So you end up with panda eyes down here by after an hour or so. I've got it on today because it's something I'm trying to use up now, and it smears like buggery. So we come up with these things, which are what they call mascara correction buds, and these are by Marks and Spencer's. I think they're £3 and you get a pack. I'm using the pack. Doesn't actually say, I think it's like something like 20 or something in the packet, and I'll show you how they work by getting rid of some of these swatches on my arm. Basically, yes, I know people say, oh well, you can just dip a cotton bud in eye makeup remover. Yeah, fine, but not if you're on the go or you're out. So it's good to have these one of these in your handbag, and all you do is, have a look, there's a little blue line, so you snap it, and what that does, that breaks the liquid free to run into the bottom end of the pad, which gets wet, and you then just use it under your eyes or wherever to remove any makeup misdemeanors. And as you can see, it does. They are really, really good. They're great for travel. You actually get quite a lot of stuff in. I've took my swatches away with it now, so you actually get quite a bit of stuff in. So I really like these. I think they're about £3 a pack. As I say, I think you get about 20 in the packet, but don't quote me on that. But I really like these, and I'll definitely repurchase these. I used to get them a while ago, and then I found them in Marks and Spencer's again. Next product is a nail varnish. Now, apologies for the way they look now. They're not looking great, I have to admit, because I've had this on for a few days. And it is, basically, it's Icor Petite Polish with this on the top. How blooming beautiful is that? And it is, gosh, 564 Rainbow. Basically, it looks clearish when you start putting it on, but it has the most amazing iridescent flecks of glitter in it. This has livened up so many colours for me over the last month. I've been starting to paint my nails again because I've actually got nails at the minute. I haven't had nails for a little while due to medication, but they're actually coming back now. Review seen on my blog of how I've got them to grow again. And I have to say, this has livened up anything. I put this over a red, it looked amazing. I put this over this, just a plain French colour. Anything you put it over, it just changes and makes it look amazing. It looks okay on its own, but you get much more. I think it looks much better when you put it over it. It almost looks as though you've been splattered with iridescent foil. I love that. Next up, skincare product. late entry this one, and I'm not 100% sure what it actually does, but it tastes amazing. It is the Lush Lip Dip Sherbet Cranberry and Lemon Flavour Lip Scrub. I got this for Christmas actually, so it's a very late entry. And it tastes amazing. Take a bit out. Scrubby, scrubby, scrubby on your lips. Actually taking my lipstick off as well there, so that's something. And I mean, it does exfoliate, don't get us wrong, it does exfoliate and all the rest of it, and it's whether you need it, because you can just use a toothbrush, etc. But it's fabulous. It tastes amazing. And they don't tell you not to eat it, so it's basically just sugar with orange, cranberry and actual sherbet in it. It's really, really nice, and it does do the trick to get rid of that odd flaky patch, so I think that's really sweet. Not essential purchase, but something I've enjoyed. Last two items. Batiste. Now, I've rediscovered this in a big way this year. I got sent some products, so there's a review on my blog I've done recently. And this one I've been sent, I bought this one myself, is the Batiste Dry Shampoo in Gold Shimmer. And it's brilliant for my roots. My heating's been intermittent, so I haven't had a lot of hot water, so I've been using this just to freshen my hair up, and it's brilliant. Especially the Gold Shimmer one, it adds a gorgeous sort of sheen to my blonde streak, so I like that. And finally, yes, it's over for another year, but I'm sorry this one's in pieces. It is the Lush Christmas Eve Bubble Ball. You can just see it's got a bit of moon. It's navy blue with like a yellow iridescent moon, and it is gorgeous. Slightly floral. It's got just the relaxing smells in, and it's one of the Christmas editions. Christmas Eve. I used this Christmas Eve, obviously, and I've used it a few since then. You might still be able to pick it up in a few Lush shops, and I'm still waiting for an order I placed online. But Lush Christmas Eve, I really like that. Right, I think that's it for December. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Any questions, any comments, please leave a comment. And next up is the start of my 2010 favourites, and I'm going to start with body and hair care. So stay watching, don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.